I think I know you.
Where's the other hat?
She's not coming.
Well, I think she's gonna sit there, you wanna sit here, or sit over there.
I forget, I'll sit next to the well.
Thank you again, that was kind of you.
So that Black Hawk come out there? That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think it was an Airbus, it was a Black Hawk.
I don't know.
Same thing. Yeah, it flew right over our house. You see it? In my way, yeah, I just caught it. It was light, it made a big shadow on my deck, I just looked up and it was going, it's like, I go, did you see that? What the hell is that? Like that jet plane that came over, it took Pontiac, went up, turned around, flew over our house and was smoking. I called it FAA, and I wonder what happened. I don't know what happened. It was smoking. It
was a contract with Jerry Wild back when no one wanted.
I don't even think that's what
Last up.
Let's call this meeting to order. I pledge
allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll move to approve the township board meeting agenda as presented for June 8th, 2026.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried. Approve of consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular township board meeting minutes dated May 11th, 2026, to accept the treasurer's report as presented, to accept the assessor's report for June 2026, to approve May 2026 bills, and transfer of funds. The bill listing for general fund checks 31276 through 31325, building check 2661, electronic fund transfers, payrolls for township, police and fire departments for May 2026, total $660,089.17. There was a fire truck purchase this month for $462,500.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? reports. Greg Wise.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, board members. We had a full board meeting on May 28th. Among other things, we appointed Jackie Bennett as the Chief Financial Officer of the county effective June 1st of 2026. She had been the interim CFO since November of 2024. We adopted a resolution to fund the disaster contingency fund with $100,000. That's the fund if there was a tornado, flood, hazmat, that would be used for that. We also authorized Administrator Sanzo to negotiate potential arrangements with 3 local companies for county-wide recycling. We're still working on a recycling plan with 3 other counties. State law is, actually Chairman Howell introduced the bill when he was in the House. Give some state money when we have counties cooperating together. So that's what we're working with Tuscola here on the Sand Lac, and hopefully that's going to be starting soon. We set the annual Truth and Taxation public hearing for this week's June 11th meeting. And finally, we agreed to hold the July 9th committee of the whole meeting in the historic county courthouse. They've always tried to hold one meeting in the historic courthouse every year. We weren't able to do it in 25 because the courthouse has been worked on. But July 9th, and hopefully in celebration of America 250, we will have one meeting in the old courthouse. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer them.
Thanks. Public time.
I'll go first. Karen Pacheco, I live in the village. So I just want to know, there was viewpoint discrimination in the last meeting. Someone was allowed to go on a lot longer than that 3 minutes. You guys love to cut me off right at 3. I'm going to push back on something that Scott Benscoter said in the last meeting. Because I had pointed out that John Clark, Sue's father-in-law, your friend of many decades, someone Traci grew up with, he was not rightfully employed here. He was using his own equipment. He had an assistant not paid by the township mowing, which was liability issues, all sorts of issues. The township was paying extra taxes on that because when you pay someone a contract, you don't pay payroll taxes on them. And that's been remedied now. But Scott Benscoter said something about he was a good man. You're starting to lose a good man. And maybe you like him on a personal level, but we have different ideas of what a good man is. Because I've seen John Clark on many occasions disregard public safety. There's a concert that goes on in the village that is not ADA compliant. It is wrong for this community, in my opinion. As much as you all love it, it is wrong to spend tax dollars in that way and not have it as a good thing. Also, he has just given me a whole bunch of asthma attacks by bringing a ton of smoke into the room or smoking right outside the open door at a public meeting. So you are entitled to your opinion, but we have different ones. Also, a good man knows how to run his business legally and would not have allowed himself to be employed that way here. I got the agenda today, just as always, like around 4 o'clock, so I have to scramble. Again, those should be out. They should, the meeting packet should be ready for everybody about 3 business days in advance. That would be standard. I have a question. Are those the brine tanks out there now in the auxiliary parking lot? Because they talked about that, and then maybe they weren't going to put the brine tanks there, but like we just have stuff appear in the parking lot that looks like a junkyard to me, but perhaps you can explain it. I get functionally that's a good thing. I want to say I hope all of you are at the MTA meeting that is next Tuesday, Michigan Townships Association meeting. The supervisor meeting is at 5:30, the regular one is at 7, and that's at Hadley. It's really closer. I hope you all show up because you get a lot of good information there. I want to say about the lack of transparency that I talked about at the last meeting, about that ordinance that came up and you all just changed it and passed it last meeting. That law changed months ago. You had plenty of time to bring that up. You had plenty of time to bring that before the public and allow us to review any changes. Again, I want to really encourage you to increase transparency. Still haven't heard why you got the lobby firm for $4,400 every month plus expenses. It's a whole ton of money. That's well over $50,000 every year. What are we getting for that as taxpayers? Would love to hear. The road commission project, dead, dying, dangerous trees. Who's judging if they're dying? Because last time road commission folks were here, they didn't really have any arborist credentials. So how's that being judged? Thank you. Oh, by the way, because everybody else had more time, Bike Night at Cascadens, that looks to be a big event. You have an outdoor assembly ordinance. Have they brought that as a special event application? Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Renee. I already gave you guys actually pack up some information of what I'm going to be going over. I would like to respectfully remind the Township Board of its own historical record regarding the Metamora Country Club and Brower Road development. Over the past several months, residents have reviewed decades of planning commission and Township Board meetings. One thing becomes very clear: the project was never treated as a permanently exempt from future review. Beginning with the January 30th, 2002 Planning Commission meeting, the Township acknowledged the additional amendments, revised the condominium plans, and further approvals were required before they could touch the land. At the February 13th, 2002 meeting, wetland protections, engineering review, additional amendments to the consent judgment were discussed. March 13th, 2002, Planning Commission records show concerns regarding tree preservation, stormwater management, drainage impacts to the neighboring properties, and wetland protection requirements. The record specifically mentioned protecting vegetation and evaluating surface drainage to the neighbors. May 8th, 2002, the Township's own zoning coordinator stated that older plans may have become outdated because environmental requirements at the DEQ had changed and that significant cleanup would be required before anything could begin. October 2003, the zoning coordinator, Bud Fackler, stated that because of wetland issues, permits from the DEQ were required and that no permits would be issued until the approvals were obtained. September 21st, 2004, Township Attorney Mike Nolan stated that the board did not have to authorize amendments, and if they were denied, developers would have to start all over. He further stated that environmental problems had been encountered and that additional acreage would be necessary. November 2004, Township Planner Berkshire raised concerns about density and stated that the land use plan did not contain densities equivalent to the zoning districts being proposed. Then in May of 2005, Township records openly acknowledged that drainage was a major problem with the project and emphasized that recommended densities do not mean every piece of property should be developed. Finally, in 2007, the Township itself amended ordinances to comply with the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, recognizing that zoning laws evolve and that present-day development remains subject to current ordinances and procedures. So tonight I simply ask, why is this not being treated the same way? The same land that they are touching right now, back in 2002, 2003, 2004, they had stipulations. Present day, nothing. There's no care for the trees, there's no care for the neighbors, no care for the flooding. What has changed and why?
Fire department. Good evening. Activity report for May of 2026. We had 31 calls for the month. We had 9 fires, 15 medicals, 7 PIs, 3 meetings, 3 trainings, and 4 work details. We accumulated 67 hours of training for the month of May. That was for pump operations, truck placement, and advancing hose lines. I would like to get permission to purchase a new hose for our truck that will probably be delivered next week. What I'm asking for is up to $10,000 to purchase large diameter hose, which is a supply hose to go from a truck to truck, or a fire hydrant to a truck. To put on that new truck. And that will give me 1,000 feet of large diameter, which will also get us a majority of the driveways in the township.
They had a very big article in one of the newscasts in the last couple of weeks about the hoses and how you have to flush them out every run because of the possibility of a leak before you wind them all up and put them back in the rig. It was a real good,
Yeah, it's not like
expose.
you pull it off the truck and you put it right back on.
Yeah, and you don't do
Maintenance
that.
to it, and it's
I
not
know.
the way to do it.
Because I came across them doing that very thing about a week and a half ago or so.
Yeah.
And I watched them, how they stretched it all out, flushed it out. Yeah,
Takes a lot of work, there's no doubt.
well, if you're looking for that motion, I'll make a motion to approve the fire department to purchase the large diameter hose in the amount of up to $10,000.
All in favor?
Aye. Then I'll make a
Nays?
Thank you.
Motion carried.
Then I'll make a motion to approve the fire, to purchase the brackets for the new fire truck in the amount of up to $3,000.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. We can get some stuff ordered for it, and that will at least get us started. And then depending on what we end up doing with the ladder truck, there's a lot of brackets on there that we could reuse, or if something happens where we end up keeping it, then we'll have to buy some new brackets and holes and things like
Yeah,
that.
they wear out.
It's a new truck, but that will give me a good head start. Get the equipment and things mounted in the truck.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carried.
And then the last thing that I have, because it just happened the other day, it's not on the agenda, is over the weekend, we've been busy with pallet fire up in Dryden Township, which probably most people have heard, and the night prior to that, we were at Wilder Road in 21 at the Slaterville Market fire. And I think we were out to Slaterville Market about 4 or 5 hours, and then we spent like 10 hours up to the Goodland. And quite a few of the guys that were at the Slaterville fire till 4 o'clock in the morning had to work all day. And when they got home, they had to go back up to Goodland Township, and we were there for like 8-10 hours, I think. So they had a long couple of days. But the thing that I wanted to point out, and just kind of let the board know will be coming next month, is on our tanker we had a blowout on the right front tire at the Slaterville Market fire. Luckily enough, he had a full tank of water, which is 2,000 gallons, right? 8.3 pounds per gallon. Doing 40 miles an hour and heard a bang, and the truck started acting weird. But luckily enough, Assistant Chief Randlett was driving, who's been fighting fire for 30 years and had all the experience in the world and everything. Fortunate enough, he was driving and able to keep control of the vehicle and get it pulled off to the road, and everything was good after that. And then we had it towed back to our station, and we have new tires ordered for it. Actually, they're in, so hopefully this week we can get that taken over to Dryden and get the new tires and everything put on it. But we blew ones, we ordered 6 more for give us all the tires on the truck. So that truck will have all brand new tires on it. So, that's all I have. Thank you.
Police Department.
Good evening. For May of 2026, the Metamora Township Police Department, we had 440 calls for service. 175 of those were traffic stops, 9 property damage accidents, 4 car reverse gear property damage accidents, 4 PIs, 6 alarms, 4 domestics, 1 warrant arrest, 4 OWI arrest, 57 business checks, and 75 subdivision checks. For training this month, we're still working on at least 1 trainings. And also, Officer Irish attended 16 hours of TASER instructor school. That recertification comes up every 2 years, and he had to recert. And coming up here at the end of this month, we'll be doing our firearms and TASER training. The OHSP grant for May, we did 40 hours of seatbelt enforcement. We also did 40 hours of speed enforcement. Some notable incidents on the 24th of May, we were dispatched to the 3600 block of South Lapeer Road for a child sexually abusive material complaint. All I can
you guys know about that is the investigation is ongoing, and we're working on that. On the 28th, I'm sure you guys are aware, we were dispatched to 24 in Dryden for a 3-car PI accident involving a semi. That was at about 7:54 in the morning. And the investigation revealed that the driver of the 2013 Freightliner with a 53-foot box trailer, which thankfully was empty, failed to stop at an assured clear distance and struck the passenger side and the side of a 2024 Dodge 5500 truck. The driver of the semi continued through the intersection and struck a 2016 Toyota Camry that was making a left-hand turn on Dryden Road from the 24. Luckily, no major injuries were reported. There was extensive damage to all the vehicles involved, especially the semi. The intersection was shut down for approximately 5 hours due to the hazmat that was cleanup that was required. They lost a lot of fuel and a lot of fluid there at the intersection. The driver of the Freightliner, he was a 70-year-old male from Ontario, was issued a citation for failing to stop at a short distance. I know this is for June, but on Friday at 7:31 hours, we were dispatched to 5900 block of Ludwig Road for a missing person complaint. The complainant advised that their 78-year-old brother-in-law with dementia was missing and left sometime between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. Dispatch advised that the missing subject was driving a 2017 Nissan Altima with a Wisconsin registration. Part of the issue is he wasn't supposed to be driving. I had drove him over 2 years. They further advised that he was originally from Wisconsin, but he's lived here for 2 years. He didn't take his medication, he didn't have his wallet or his cell phone. He did take the TV remote, which he thought was his phone. We were able to utilize our flock safety system. The suspect was located traveling in West Bloomfield Township at 6:43 a.m. The suspect vehicle was added to a flock hot list to alert agencies that the vehicle was associated with a missing person with dementia. A lien BOL was sent statewide and also to surrounding states because he was trying to go to Wisconsin. The suspect vehicle was located on Flock in Muskegon at 1:54 p.m. So between 6:43 and 1:54, we had no hits. But he was traveling northbound through Muskegon. No contact was made at that time, and he didn't pass another Flock camera until 5:35 p.m. And he was actually now traveling southbound in the Muskegon area. The subject was stopped and located near Howling, Michigan by the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office at approximately 6:30 p.m. The subject was safely turned over to family members at the scene. The flock cameras are a tool used by us, law enforcement, that were instrumental in this case for a successful outcome. The only request that I have for this month is I would like approval to hire pending background physical and drug screen Bob Wells as a part-time detective. Bob retired as a detective lieutenant with the Lapeer County Sheriff's Office in June of 2025 after 27 years with the Sheriff's Office. He has extensive knowledge and proven expertise in complex investigations. He'll be a valuable asset to not only the community but our department as well.
The only comment I have is there was also a program based on police work and all the new, not qualifications, but all the new requirements that you guys have to go and train for that weren't before, so hats off to you for all the stuff that you accomplished.
Thank you.
I mean, especially finding this poor guy with dementia.
Yeah. Luckily we had the outcome that we did.
Yeah, because he could have hurt somebody or, hurt himself. Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve the police department to hire retired detective lieutenant Robert Wells as a part-time detective pending background, physical, and drug screening.
Super.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Motion carried.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's all I got.
Okay. County Road Commission agreement, tree removal.
So similar to what we've done in the past regarding identifying dead, dying, or those trees that are dangerous for citizens. We're gonna do the same with the same project here. So I'm gonna make a motion to approve the Lapeer County Road Commission road agreement to remove dead, dying, or dangerous trees on Wilder, Henry, Metamora, and Thomas roads in the amount of $100,500.
I'll support.
Derderian,
Yes.
Chouinard absent, Benscoter,
Yes.
Best,
Yes.
Clark.
You got anything?
I am, have nothing to share tonight.
Nothing? We need another motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Me?
That was a mistake. So what are I doing? I have a